So I'm driving around with a two-piece fishing rod in my car. One of the absolute worst sounds that I ever hear is this here. As you go down the road and the rod starts vibrating and the two halves start clacking into each other. As a solution, I used to rubber band them together. I would take small pieces of Velcro and Velcro them together, but I would tend to lose those and the rubber bands would break. I didn't see a more permanent solution until I was fishing the tributaries of Lake Ontario, where a lot of the steelhead fishermen there who use extremely long 13-foot center pin rods actually go to and from the river with the rods broken down, and they use just this simple looking little contraption. It's just a hair tie, a wooden bead, and a little bit of yarn there as a tassel to connect their rods together, and that prevents them from vibrating and knocking against each other. It keeps you from losing them and just keeps your whole setup in one piece as you're walking to and from the water. So I asked a friend of mine up there, I said, where can I go buy one of those for my center pins? And I also wanted to use them for my surf rods. And he said, nobody buys them. He said, they're super simple to make and very inexpensive to make. I got all the materials just from Walmart and Michael's craft store. Pretty much each one costs about 75 cents to make. I've made one for all my two-piece setups, and you can too. It's really simple, and I'm going to walk you through it right now. So making a rod hugger is extremely simple and inexpensive. Basically, your only materials are a piece of yarn shoelaces, an elastic hairband, a small wooden bead, and a piece of heavier monofilament that you're going to use to get that elastic hairband through the wooden bead. This piece of yarn here isn't just to add a little splash of color, it actually is going to function as a stop for the bead. So to do that, you're just going to do a simple cat's paw knot. Just fold over the piece of yarn, put your elastic band over it, and then just push it through like that. And then push that down, kind of snug it up against the one side of it. And that makes it a little bit tougher to lose, adds a little bit of color. You can get real fancy with it if you wanted. But mainly, that's going to keep your bead from sliding off the other end. Now, to add the bead on there, you're going to take that heavier piece of monofilament. I just put a small wooden bead there so it would make it a little bit easier to get on there. Just thread that onto the mono, put the mono through the elastic band like that, and then thread it back through the wooden bead. I'm going to grip both ends of the mono and just pull hard to get that through there. And you want it to be tight. You want this bead to not move on its own, so it's okay if it's a little bit tighter, and then you'll slide that down to the end. And when you're ready to put that over the two pieces of your rod, slide them in there and just snug it tight. So with your rod secured like that, it's going to keep it a little safer, keep the ends from kind of vibrating against each other and potentially getting damaged. We're going to be doing a lot more how-to videos, so hit that subscribe button, keep checking in with us, and if you have any of your own little fishing hacks or how-tos, send them our way and we'll cover them in a video and definitely give you a shout out too. You can hit us in the comments section below or email us at feedback@onthewater.com.